everyone. It is Monday. How are you tonight? How is your Monday as we kick off week 58-59? Week 58-59. How was your Monday? Tell me about it. Tell me about it. What are you grateful for this Monday as we kick off week 58-59 with a full moon? Let's howl it out there. Let's howl to the moon. Howling to the moon tonight. Hey, Kitty, how are you? Hello, Adela and Dazzle. Dazzle, it's treat time. How are you? Tell me about your guys' day. What are you all grateful for tonight on this Monday night? Where did I? Oh, I have glasses here. How about that? I don't have to go walking for them. I want to know what you and you and you, yes, I see you, are grateful for tonight. A pink moon, a pink moon. Whoa, I've heard of the blue moon. I've heard of the Blue Mountains. But I have not heard of the pink moon. That's got to have some sun involved. Nice. You are just racking up the good employees, Kitty. Super friendly. You can't train friendly. You can't train happy. You cannot train that. Hey, Jennifer's with us. Welcome, Jennifer. You can't train happy. So if you got that, you're 80% of the way there, Kitty. 80% of the way there. Boom. That is awesome. That is truly awesome and something to be grateful for. So that is wonderful. That is very, very good. Glad to hear it. Nebraska Angie's here too. Hey, Angie, how are you today? Are you feeling the momentum? We're about to hit into May. Are you feeling the momentum? We're going to carry the momentum from April forward to May. That's what Angie tells us. Good to have you here. Grateful for all of you here today. We had a more normal day today. Well, normal from the sense of we just finished school vacation here, April school vacation. And the day after a school vacation, it tends to be a slower day, and it was. So that's actually a good sign for some more normalcy, I guess. As everybody gets back into their normal routine, on days like that, we tend to dip. It's called, the pink moon is called that because it happens during the time the cherry trees are blooming. Read about it this morning. Well, yeah, the cherry blossoms in DC. I've been down there during cherry blossom season before on one of my trips. It is beautiful. It is beautiful. I got a bunch of DC meetings next week, but remote. I am sad to say all my DC meetings are remote. I would love to be down there. Love to have the opportunity to give Congress a piece of my mind in person. Although I'm getting pretty good at giving them a piece of my mind remotely. So we'll make it happen. We will make it happen. People, well, let's make today happen. You have a cherry tree in front of your condo? I did not recall that. I may have known that, but I did not recall that. That's cool, Adele. So you've got the pink moon and your cherry tree blooming. That is pretty cool. That is very cool. Thank you for sharing that little tidbit today. Who knew cherry trees were a thing in Michigan? They didn't mention that in the tiki boat thing. See the views of the cherry trees from the tiki boat. I'm just saying they did not mention that. Let's get started with the Good Morning, Good Night book. The Good Morning, Good Night book is how we start this program every night. Are you the Cherry Tree Condos? Are you the Cherry Tree Condos? This shows what I know. Okay, I can't. This one's confusing. Tonight we're on page 92 in the Good Morning, Good Night book. The Good Morning, Good Night book, if you're following along. Good morning. I'm supposed to engage in a complicated handshake here that injures us both. Worth it. Go get them. That is your good morning today. I can't do complicated handshakes. Where's Jerry? Well, it's Jerry's birthday. Jerry's the one that tries to get me to do complicated moves and cheers and handshakes, and I'm not good at that. Good old Jerry Talvich. But she does remind us, and especially during her birthday month, that it's a good week to have a good week. It's a good week to have a good week as we kick off week 58-59. Week 58-59. Let's see what we got going on tonight, people. We got a bunch of stuff here for you tonight. A bunch of stuff. Our quote from Simon Sinek tonight: give people what they want and they will like you for now. That's sort of what I call dad of the moment. Give people what they need and they will value you forever. Give people what they want and they will like you now. Give people what they need and they will value you forever. Think about that. Deep stuff here. Deep stuff. I'm going to save that for later tonight. What can you learn from Walmart tonight? What can you learn from Walmart and apply to your world? Well, here's some takeaways from their annual report. Walmart is banking on investments in digital infrastructure, store remodels, and other customer initiatives, rather than new openings to help drive net sales. Think about that. They are working on digital infrastructure and other customer-focused initiatives, rather than opening more stores. For years, they'd been opening more stores to drive growth, okay? But they see growth within what they already have, okay? Untapped potential in the stores they already have, okay? And that's after having a pretty record-breaking year with the surge and being open the entire pandemic, okay? But they see untapped and unmet potential if they meet their customers' needs in the stores they have. The success, okay, think about this. The success of this strategy will depend in large measure on our ability to continue building and delivering a seamless omni-channel experience for our customers. A greater concentration of e-commerce sales, including online grocery sales, could result in a reduction in the amount of traffic in our stores and clubs. That would pose a threat because it would reduce lucrative cross-selling opportunities for consumer shopping in stores. Those who might add, for example, a planter or two and a bag of fertilizer to their cart when they stop in for cereal and milk. A loss of such opportunities could reduce our sales within our stores and materially adverse impact our financial performance. Additional risk factors that the company noted, and this is an important one, include continued uncertainty around the duration and lingering economic impacts of the pandemic. Walmart also called out the need to adapt more quickly to changing customers' tastes. Failure to respond to consumers' shifting preferences could negatively affect our reputation and our relationship with our customers, potentially resulting in the loss of market share. Their fiscal year sales on the year were up 8.6%. E-commerce sales. So this is the other thing. So think about this. The world's largest retailer, okay, with stores, Walmart, e-commerce only accounted for 11.6% of their sales. It was up from the previous accounting year because of the pandemic, but only 11.6% of their sales were online. And they had over $4 billion in COVID-related costs. Sneeze guards, extra cleaning, everything else in their stores, $4 billion. Interestingly, 54% of Walmart's associates identify as women. And 47% identify as ethnically diverse. They also went on to say 34% of their employees in management are people of color. Among their board, 3 of the 12 are women, 2 are people of color. So, but customer experience, creating and maximizing the store. So that's the real takeaway from that. Is if Walmart says, okay, we can squeeze more out of this orange. We can squeeze more out of this store. You can squeeze more out of your store. And that's one of the lessons from Walmart's thing is how do we get more out of the stores we have versus taking and expanding and opening more stores. So how do we squeeze more out of what we've got? How do we give our customers more omni-channel experience? How do we reach more customers with the same products, the same inventory, the same effort is what Walmart is saying. And so if Walmart can do that, so can you. Okay, yes, it's at a different level. No, you don't have the millions of associates working for you, okay? But that also gives you a huge competitive advantage because you don't have all that payroll, okay? You have to be nimbler. You have to be swifter. You have that ability to change. You have the ability to wake up tomorrow and do something totally different with your company, okay? To approach something completely different. Walmart doesn't have that ability to move that fast. They, in fact, say in their annual report, that is one of their problems, okay, that they need to respond quicker. You can respond quicker, okay? Your supply chain is local, okay? Walmart's supply chain is overseas, okay? If there's a hot new trend or something new that people want, like they don't want sweatpants anymore, Walmart's got containers of them coming over from overseas, and you can be having spring dresses in your store. That is adapting. That is using your noggin. That is getting things going. So that is lessons from the Walmart annual report. Oops. That went down wrong. I liked this article that was highlighting Hubert Joly, who is the CEO of Best Buy. And, he talks about when he joined Best Buy in September of 2012. When he did, the mood was grim. The previous CEO had been fired, and the share price was plummeting. And the original founder of Best Buy had launched his offensive to take the company private. He had not spent a career in retail, but he was new to Best Buy and new to retail in general, and he had a lot to learn. And his number one skill was listening, okay? But he went and learned, okay, where a lot of CEOs stay far away. And I love this about him because it's what I say, when I sit in a store, I'm waiting for a guy to click through 20 million computer screens to go through things. I'm like, they've never sat in your seat. They don't know what it is, why that keystroke matters. Actually, we just had that recently with our software vendor, where they had this aha moment on this feature that we had been looking for, that they finally implemented. And by their calculation, not mine, that feature has saved us 30-something hours of payroll in the first quarter of this year. 30 man hours, okay? And that's just one. It's such a tiny feature in the whole scheme of all that we do. It's huge, okay? It has, tiny feature, big result. And that's what Hubert did by going to Best Buy stores. His first day on the job, he went to a store, and he planned on spending the day. He spent all day, the next several days at this store, learning about what is and what isn't working. Because the people closest to it will tell you, when you empower the people closest to the problem, it's it's sort of an Embassy Suites thing. It's a Ritz-Carlton thing. When you empower people closest to the problem to solve it, okay, and then run it up the flagpole so that others follow the same thing. His bottom line, but it's also incredibly powerful as a force of change within a company. And not that all those changes will always work out or always be perfect, but it will empower them, and it will empower your team, and it will give knowledge all the way through to make us better, okay, to make your stores better. So, sometimes we get caught up in whatever we're doing and we forget what happens on the front lines. And so the lessons of Hubert Jolly and how he turned around Best Buy when all the other frontline electronic retailers have gone by the wayside, all the big stores, Circuit City, Ultimate Electronics, Fry's, all these big electronic retailers have, poof, they're gone. They're gone, but Best Buy is still standing in an age of intense internet competition for their products. You can Google their product, you can price shop their product, all their products. It is not a blind product, but their investments in their teams and in their stores and in listening to their teams has paid off. So but it all started with him coming down from the executive suite, very much like Undercover Boss. Although on his early days in the store, he had his name tag saying CEO in training, Hubert, CEO in training, and he showed up in a blue shirt and khakis, just like he's supposed to, just like a traditional Best Buy employee. So I give him a lot of credit for that. Hey, Kelly joined us live tonight. Hey, Kelly, great to have you here tonight. Great to have you here live. Amazon is letting advertisers send targeted messages for the first time. Amazon is piloting a service to let sellers on its e-commerce site contact shoppers directly by email, a shift from companies' strict oversight of consumer data. U.S. companies that belong to Amazon's brand registry can ask shoppers to follow them to receive email notifications about new products or promotions. The new software tool called Manage Your Customer Engagement is geared for marketers who seek to stand out on Amazon's marketplace, to urge their customer to make repeat purchases and to build their brands. Amazon will keep people's contact information private and only show merchants aggregated data such as how many emails were sent out and metrics on response. Amazon's quiet rollout of this tool comes as advertisers look to expand their one-to-one targeting and reach consumers directly. Audience targeting, we know, is becoming more challenging as tech companies restrict data sharing amid growing concerns of privacy. Okay, here's tonight's trivia question. I got a trivia question. I know I don't usually have one for you on Monday night. Where is Americans' favorite place to buy shoes? Where is Americans' favorite place to buy shoes? Any guesses? See if you're all awake here tonight. Where is Americans' favorite place to buy shoes? Of course, Amazon makes money by charging for this tool. Kelly, of course they do. But if you're able to increase engagement, it is worthwhile. Probably. Okay. Kitty is guessing DSW is America's favorite place to buy shoes. Any other guesses today? Where is America's favorite place to buy shoes? It is not where you'd think. I'll give you that. Patty, Nordy. Well, you're really close. You're really close, Patty. You're basically there. The America's favorite place to buy shoes is department stores. Department stores are America's favorite place to buy shoes. 37% people are buying shoes on a department store website since the start of the crisis. And they've said they've also shifted now to making purchases recently in brick and mortar department stores. The number one place respondents said they were shopping for non-athletic footwear is Macy's. Macy's is the number one place for non-athletic. America's department stores may be losing customers in the apparel aisles and at the beauty counters, but shoppers still love the shoe department. Actually, I have some beauty numbers that are way up. I mean, fragrance sales in department stores are up like 30% plus this year over 2019 fragrance department store sales in the first quarter. So that is, and it's significant. The next closest ordered online, like some of you had suggested, is only at 11%. Specialty footwear is 17. Specialty footwear store, okay, is 17% lower than a department store. A discount is another few percentage points below that. A branded shoe store is more than 20%, okay, less than a department store. And 9% are hitting a local favorite shoe store. So that was really interesting there. I found that very interesting. We're just getting a handle on what's, there's so much knowledge that will come out about this pandemic as time goes on of what we knew when, okay, what government knew when. I've told you before about my call with the senator, and he's like, what do you want? We wrote the Paycheck Protection Program back in February. I'm like, well, you shut us down in March. It would have been nice to let us know that you knew that we were all going to be shut down. I don't know what we would have done differently had we known we were going to be shut down a month before. But the fact that, quite honestly, really what I would have liked is government to do more to prepare for the pandemic than they did than writing just the Paycheck Protection Program. But I'm not here to rant. But what I'm here to share with you is one of the big early on in the Boston area before this became a pandemic, a worldwide pandemic. More than 300,000 cases worldwide to that conference. So, and that the state knew about it, public health officials knew about it before it was a thing. And there was such confusion. And this was a medical and drug makers conference, and there was complete and total confusion. So, but, there's going to be a lot of information, and that just came out tonight. That information and the emails that support the data in it, as well as the state records about it, are just becoming public now. So, there's a lot that is, and that's, why the cautious approach back to normal, which brings me to, where's my note? Hang on a second. There's certainly a discussion among people right now. So think about this. We know there's a large group of people that are excited for normal to return, quote unquote normal. But would it surprise you to know that there's probably equally a large number of people that are afraid of normal to return and afraid of easing restrictions? So to that end, they feel safe out shopping now while there are restrictions. They feel safe going out with their mask. They feel safe going out with not huge crowds in the stores. They feel safe right now being in public in your stores because there aren't large crowds, there are restrictions, there are enhanced cleaning. When that all drops away, which over the next month you're going to see a lot of it drop away across the country. We're already seeing parts of it drop away in different parts where the mask mandates have been dropped or all mandates have been dropped in different parts of the country. But you're going to continue to see it over the next 6 weeks or so really drop nationwide. And there is a large group of people, of the population that says, yeah, that's why I'm out shopping now, because I don't want to be out when all the restrictions are dropped. So just keep that in mind. You're seeing a bubble of sales right now, okay? And I don't know that that group will outweigh and burst the bubble of the group that is excited to get out. Rose, but I believe you're still doing the right thing. And I think if you were to go into the national stores, they would still be doing it. The CVS's, the Starbucks, the Walgreens, those guys, the Targets, those people are still doing it in most markets to the information that I have. I certainly haven't been out and about around. I look forward to traveling again. But, so just know what that is. Know that there is a potential bubble of people shopping now, stocking, possibly even hoarding now, okay, and spending money now that may not spend money in the near future when that happens. So I just want perspective for you. I just don't want you to I just want you to I want you to know that the pandemic is not over. The economic carnage that it has caused is not over. And, we're going to get through to the other side. We're walking hand in hand, but we are not there yet. We are not there yet. There's going to be a hearing this Friday by the House is holding a hearing on OSHA's emergency temporary standard, which has not been implemented yet. And Congress is pushing on OSHA to do it. An emergency temporary standard of COVID protocols. And OSHA's really, throughout this, not wanted to do that. All the trade groups are fighting against it because one size doesn't fit all with that. I don't think it's going to go anywhere, but that is happening this Friday. From our friends at the SBA, the PPP update, okay? It ends the end of May. As of right now, there's about $40 billion left, okay? That's about $10 billion less than there was last week. With about 4 weeks to go, that is, might be just enough. Might be just enough. But if you haven't applied for a first PPP yet, what are you waiting for? If you're thinking that you qualify for a second PPP, even if you just got your first PPP, if you qualify for a second one because you're 25% down in any one quarter of 2020 versus 2019, you can apply for it even if you just recently got your first one, and you can get a second PPP right now. It's important to get those applications in before they run out of money. Again, the reports I'm looking at don't include, this is just approved loans. So there are other applications already ahead of you in the pipeline already that have not been approved. So we wanna keep that. We want to keep it. That's where my other messages went. I'm like, I printed some stuff here. I attached it to all this. There's my work messages that I printed. So, that is very important to get that application in. I also want to touch briefly, where are we statewide? Retail remains about 5% for the second PPP. Accommodation and food services at 16%. Construction at 12%. Healthcare is at 11%. Manufacturing at 8%. We beat we're tied with transportation and warehousing for industry stats, and I'm guessing California is still number one. 32 billion. Oh yeah, California is still number one by a long shot. California is where all the PPP money is going, followed by New York and Texas. New York and Texas. That's your next place. The other thing with the SBA right now, if you are looking to get a EIDL increase or follow up on the EIDL advance, if you have your portal information from when you originally applied for the EIDL, you can actually request the increase right in there. You can actually request it and process it immediately right in the portal. If you have access to the portal, your login and everything to the SBA portal, you can do it right in there if you need to do that. Again, it is a loan. It is a loan. But it will also show you in the portal, it will show you the status of the targeted EIDL advance and the supplemental EIDL advance if you have been flagged for it as of today. Okay, you can still be activated for either of those things in upcoming as the days go by, but it will show your status right in there in the portal. The SBA has updated that website, so that is a good thing. It gives a lot more control. It gives a lot more information than calling into the 800 customer service number, and it gives a lot more control if you need to ask for the additional EIDL loan. Makes it a lot easier to do. So that is good information. What else is good information is this video and everything I talk about. This video and everything I talk about goes over to narcs.org/resalestrong. narcs.org/resalestrong. By noon the next day, all the files, all the links, everything is over there, including a direct link to the YouTube channel. You're not alone running this store, where you can like, comment, subscribe, and yes, you can ring the bell so you know when a new one drops. You can also share it with everybody you know in business. Butcher, baker, candlestick maker, everybody. We want everybody to get across the finish line. narcs.org/resalestrong. They contacted Rose by email today. Yay. Yes, for the supplemental, Kelly, you wait until they contact you as of right now. They are making the initial contact on that. They are making that contact, but they are working hard at it. That supplemental 5,000 will go a long way and help a lot of people. So they are working hard on that. I am here every night at More 8 Than Ish, live in the Narcs private Facebook group. But if you have a question, you have a question in between, you just email me, Neil, Neil, at ECIstores.com, Neil at ECIstores.com. We start this program every night with the Good Morning, Good Night book. The Good Morning, Good Night book is how we start this program every night. Tonight, we are on page 92, if you're following along in the book. If you were not here at the top for our good morning is good morning. Good morning. I'm supposed to engage in a complicated handshake that I can't do. Now, worth it. Go get them. Our good night tonight is good night. I'm supposed to again engage you. I can't do these things where I'm supposed to be doing complicated handshakes. Oops, put ice on that. Get some rest. Ladies and gentlemen, I am. Hang on a second. Oh, Rose, we're always here for you. You're not alone. I am Neil Abramson. I do like a good party, a wedding, a bar mitzvah even. We will party again. We will party in person. And when we do, I will be there with you. But until then, and until tomorrow night at more 8-ish, know that you, and you, but most importantly you, yes you, you're not alone running this store. It's time for dinner, everybody. Have a great night.